thoughts as to how to word this so that we're not...
If everyone can think that here that right, if we write it, and you see me here in the synagogue all the time,
well,
and maybe you can sit and do something about this.
What's the exact literal meaning? So just have it in mind. Literal meaning, which is...
Well, literally,
right.
It says, lifrosh is to actually separate. Like, if you're baking something, you have to take a little droplet of it and burn it in your oven.
If you make a challah.
And then the bracha is lahafrish challah, to separate this offering. Since we don't have any way to bring it to the temple, we separate it out. So the literal meaning is to separate from the community. But since that may not be understood fully, remember every translation is a little bit of interpretation. So it says, do not withdraw from the community, because I think we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
The worst situation is where you say, I'm davening alone. I don't need a synagogue. But here you're adding an extra meaning to it, which is certainly what we love to do when we study, is to make it relevant to our situation, because when the rabbis wrote this, we don't know if there were congregations. We don't know how, people might get together to daven, but there certainly weren't buildings of congregations. What would you do in that situation? When the rabbis wrote this, they certainly didn't envision congregation. But I would put it on the positive way. The positive way is to say that when we pray together, the more the chorus of voices sounds to God, God says, oh, I got to listen to that congregation in Holyoke, Massachusetts, because they're praying for peace, they're praying for the world, they're praying for people to love each other. So if each of us were at home davening, the voice would be so faint, God could hear it, but it doesn't count for much. But when you have a whole group praying together, so rather than scold, say, you're on the board, you for services, we need to say that all the positive things that happen, we get together, we lay together, we eat together, joke together, we tell stories about our week. This is why we get together, for the community. So there's two words that are important here: to separate from, and sibur. We need to emphasize not you're doing badly because you're withdrawing from the community, but make positive the fact that we are a community. And the Sons of Zion is special because I don't know what happens across town, but I'm told that they're even less likely than we are at the Orthodox synagogue to get a minyan. That they have even more trouble. So we're very special. The only minyan in Holyoke, and certainly God shows to us. And the other thing is that when we do this, when you're at home, I could do the Shabbat service